school officially back across our entire viewing area. As you head out the door this morning, you got to remember school zones. You got to pay attention to them. Last year, more than 5,000 people in Palm Beach County were cited for speeding in a school zone. I want to go to our Andrew Lafo now. He's been tagging along with police in Delray Beach, their motorcycle unit, to make sure that they are keeping kids safe. Andrew, what are you learning from them?
Hey, good morning. So what we learned is a lot of times people are approaching a school zone. They'll notice those cars are slowing down. They'll either do one of two things. They'll either realize it's a school zone and they're slowed down, or they won't realize it, get frustrated, and try to speed around them. That's why it's so important to look out for signs like these to know when exactly you need to slow down to 20 miles an hour. Right now in Delray Beach, it's mostly warnings, though, as school gets back started.
All right, 37. I'll take the one on the left. You? Do you know why I'm stopping you? I don't. Speed.
In the morning rush, sometimes it's nice to take an extra second.
Daycare. Oh, look at you. Good morning. What are you eating, breakfast?
17-year veteran Officer Matt Civercini used to be a science teacher. Today, he's still teaching.
When you're coming through this area this time of morning, 7:15, 8:15, school zone.
With school just starting back up, it's mostly warnings for now.
It's not about the citation, it's about the education.
When school's in session, the roads get more bloated and the sidewalks get busier with kids and parents.
Traffic volumes jump between 10 and 20% overnight in a lot of locations throughout Palm Beach County because of the impact of people dropping their kids off to school and picking them up at the end of the afternoon.
Do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance?
Many of the drivers stopped are commuters who needed to be reminded, or people new to the area like Garrett Fox and his 3-year-old daughter Harper. She's headed to daycare. They're from Michigan.
I wasn't aware of the hours, so that's good to know. And school is in session, so you know the kids are important and more important than anything else.
All right, there is no doubt about that. All right, so we pulled the citation and warning numbers from across the county recently when it comes to speeding in school zones. So Delray Beach, that number was close to 700 in Boynton Beach, close to 1,400 and up in Jupiter. More than 2,000 people were either cited or given a warning for speeding in school zones. Go to our website right now, cbs12.com. This information is all new this morning. We have some of the bigger police departments up there for you to check out. But for now, we're live in Delray Beach. Andrew Lafo, CBS 12 News.
Sick teenager who contracted COVID finally off a ventilator. The South Florida girl was healthy before COVID attacked her body, and tonight, still in the hospital, she opened up about her intense battle. CBS 12's Lily Ortiz joins us with the girl's message for people who are unsure about getting a vaccine.
15-year-old Paulina Velasquez spoke for a few minutes today, and she appears great, strong. She was smiling, a significant improvement from the last time we spoke to her family a few weeks ago. Now she is breathing on her own. She is speaking, encouraging everyone in our area to do what they can to slow the spread.
Just happy that I'm not under that ventilator anymore.
Awake and talking from her bed inside a children's hospital within Broward Health Medical Center in Fort Lauderdale, Paulina Velasquez smiles as she opens up about her experience. Yeah. This is a major improvement from a month ago after contracting COVID-19 on July 11th.
I couldn't breathe. I was very scared because I had COVID.
She had no pre-existing conditions. Within days, the 15-year-old was fighting for her life. She was put on a ventilator and placed in a medically induced coma.
It definitely is real because I'm sitting here and I had it and I didn't know I was going to stay here for that many days.
Under that soft-spoken voice is a strong young lady who hopes her brutal battle with COVID can serve as a lesson for all, especially those her age. That lesson is to take this deadly virus seriously and get vaccinated.
I think you guys should take the vaccine. It's very important. I don't want nobody to go through what I went through.
Her mother never left her side, and she admits this journey had many road bumps, and at one point she didn't think she would make it.
It was just like living under a black cloud. This virus does not play. It's very powerful and very dangerous.
Today marks a major milestone. The teen is not only speaking and breathing on her own, she finally got up and walked for the very first time in weeks.
It was my idea. The physical therapist came and we used the walker and we walked around the bed like 3 times. I was happy.
And her doctor also spoke about what's happening on the front lines there. He says he has seen a rise in pediatric cases at Broward Health, but what makes Paulina's case so rare is that she's the only pediatric patient to be put on a ventilator there this year, and it's just truly amazing to see her recover.
Governor Ron DeSantis taking fire again from the Biden administration, accusing the governor of standing in the way of the war on COVID. It comes as the governor is staunchly opposing mask and vaccine mandates, saying he is protecting personal freedom, Jim.
Yeah, and Liz, all of this comes as the Delta variant now raging across our state. The White House accusing the governor of not having a plan to stop the spread. We sent our CBS 12's Jay O'Brien out to investigate what exactly the state's plan is to curb the spread of COVID. He joins us tonight with the answer. Jay?
Yeah, Jim, Liz, we saw today what has just been the latest in about a week of back and forth jabs between Governor DeSantis and the White House. You'll remember President Biden even told the governor to, quote, get out of the way of local officials who were trying to impose coronavirus restrictions. Governor DeSantis, meanwhile, is firmly standing in place and has a much different plan.
Hi, everyone.
The latest swipe at Governor DeSantis coming from the White House briefing room.
Our war is not on DeSantis, it's on the virus, which we're trying to kneecap, and he does not seem to want to participate.
The governor holding local officials back from imposing restrictions like mask mandates on businesses and schools, all in the name of personal freedom.
These interventions have failed time and time again throughout this pandemic.
His plan to fight the virus instead focusing on increasing vaccinations. The State Department of Health running this PSA.
There's a vaccine available for you.
But clinics like the Medical Group of South Florida are watching cases climb and fighting a flattening demand for shots.
It's definitely a victory for me when I see that patient that was reluctant and they come back and they actually had the shot.
Is that happening enough now?
I wish it was happening more.
Dr. Isabel Bueno showed us these Pfizer vials on ice, set to expire if they're not used by the end of the month.
That's a lot of vaccine to get through.
That is a lot of vaccine to get through.
This graph from the CDC shows more Floridians are now choosing to get the shot as the Delta variant surges, but still only about half the state is fully vaccinated. We went into this Publix and saw a handful of people getting the shot for the first time. A welcome sight for public health experts who say Florida is just not where it needs to be in vaccination rates. Back at the clinic, Dr. Bueno is now spending most of her time convincing reluctant patients to get the shot. Is it frustrating?
Very, very frustrating.
Now, half of the total population of the state has been fully vaccinated, but the Department of Health points to another figure. They say of the people eligible who are 12 years and older, 60% of them have been fully vaccinated. Meanwhile, obviously, vaccinations are a clear tentpole of the state's COVID strategy. Governor DeSantis has repeatedly called them safe and effective, but the governor is against so-called vaccine mandates, and he's been getting criticism for that. The governor, meanwhile, says that those kind of mandates infringe on personal freedoms.